All right, we're back. Mystery question. Okay, I saw this thing on Facebook. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, Chad needs to read this. This is what it is. You can pick. You need to pick a hero and a villain from DC and Marvel. That if you could be one of them, which one would you be?
I got to pick one from each, or I can pick a hero and a villain from each universe.
Hero and a villain from each universe. You can be one of. You can be one or the other. You can one villain, one hero from each universe.
I would take.
I know who your answer is with Marvel, so and you know mine with DC. So
I would want to be Captain America.
Really?
Well, Deadpool's nice, but
he's also crazy.
There's that. Captain America.
Okay.
Can I go with Captain America?
Any reason why? Or?
I've always loved the character. Growing up, there was always just something about Captain America. I always came back to it, no matter what I was reading, whether it was G.I. Joe, Transformers, X-Men, Iron Man, whatever. I would always come back to Captain America.
Okay.
Don't know why. But so just something about growing up with Captain America. Even the only thing I really had to go on to see him as an actual person growing up was the shitty movie they did in the 90s. The super shitty movie, late 80s, early 90s. So terrible. Going back and watching it now is painful.
They probably have pornos better than that.
It's literally on my top 10 worst movies of all time, but I still love it. So there's that.
No, the Fantastic Four one. That would be
the one that was never released. God help anyone who ever has actually sat through that thing. It is terrible. They made the movie just to hold on to the licensing rights. I've gone
my Marvel hero. I like Ant-Man. Ant-Man or Spider-Man. It's one of those two.
It seems to me that Steve comes with less bullshit than Peter does. Peter seems like he carries a lot of bullshit into the web.
I can relate to him though. Okay. So that's why. If I had to pick now, I like Ant-Man. I like the Ant-Man, the strength, and then Giant Man.
Yeah.
That aspect of it, controlling ants. Ants are cool, so it's really cool. But I do like the thought of like swinging around and having the spider sense and stuff. So
I just like being a badass, not needing a parachute. That sounds like fun to me.
So I would have to say if you help with feet to the fire, Ant-Man.
Villains though.
Loki. I like Loki.
You got Loki on that?
He's tricky. He's trickster. He thinks like a real villain should think, and like, oh, I'm gonna conquer the world. He's got his own personal ambitions, more or less, and I'm just gonna conquer the world.
I would just really. This is kind of off the wall, but I'd always have to go with Magneto.
Magneto's not bad either.
I really like
not bad.
The way he uses his power and the way he thinks he's being benevolent by being maniacal. Like he sees as what he's doing as being for the good of the mutant kind because that's the way he thinks it has to be because you can't live in peace. I don't know. I like the way he thinks.
He kind of thinks the way.
And I like
we have an issue now where he thinks that by tolerating people like trying to be against you, like in the Holocaust, like in the movie dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's actually his origin or not or whatever.
That's a big part of it.
Okay. I don't think I think he feels that just dealing with it is like, for example, nowadays, we tolerate terrorism. We tolerate it. We try to coexist with it.
We shouldn't tolerate it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way he feels. He says we shouldn't tolerate people who just accept you. It should be unequivocally 100% acceptance rather than conditional, right? Is that the best way of putting it? He thinks it should be 100% acceptance.
If you're not going to accept us, then you need to be dominated by us because you're inferior because you can't accept us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best way of putting it. It shouldn't be a conditional on whether you accept us or not. It should be unconditional.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Okay. I like Loki because he's sneaky. He plans ahead. He's kind of like a Joker of the Marvel universe. So that's why I kind of like. Any others? Okay, now DC.
That was it. We only got to pick one.
So you get to do DC now too.
Wow.
Yep.
Dude, I know where you're going with it, but I'm gonna go another way with it. I'm go with Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
That'd really be my choice, and especially after reading Kevin Smith's run and then going back and reading older books and then seeing the show, I just really like the edge of the character overall. And I mean, I guess I could go Green Lantern, but then which Green Lantern do you choose? There's like 4. So I'm good with Ollie. I'm good with the Arrow.
I'm not a Green. You know me. I like superheroes. You get more. I don't. Okay, the same thing with Loki is I don't like villains that are overpowered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's why. And again, I know I said this before, but I'm making this clear. I have nothing personal against Superman. I just think he is overpowered. That's my issue with Superman. He is incredibly overpowered. That's all my issue has ever been with him. Is it doesn't seem like he quote has a weakness. And why would you create something that has no weakness? That to me that kind of takes a lot of the fun out of this. I have no desire to read a comic book about him because you know the end result. He's going to have a power that's going to ultimately beat whatever he's facing. Batman, the reason why I like him is you have to find. There's all these reasons why you look at this.
You're an for that?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And oh dang it, well, I don't feel like logging in right now. But
okay.
Anyway, so Batman obviously is my. Oh, yeah, there they are. Come on. Another Arrow that's relevant to the actual show.
Oh, there you go.
Canary. I'm actually gonna look for Vixen real quick while you explain your villain.
Joker.
Why?
Why do I need to explain myself? Just something about the Joker. Completely off the chain. It doesn't even matter if he wins. It's the game. It's the game that matters to him. The consistent game with the bat. Just trying to get that one little edge, that one little jab, that one little thing. And he doesn't. And his ultimate goal is loss. He just wants to break the bat. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't care if he wins or loses in doing it. He just wants the Batman to break his rule. And if it costs him his life, he wins. I love it. 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 And all of his schemes are so silly and insidious and stupid, and they make absolutely no sense because he's clinically insane, and they wrote the character so well.
In a way, he's a genius.
So. I absolutely.
In a way, he's a criminal genius. I like Bane because not on a sadistic level like the Joker, on more of a similar level to Batman. He thinks like Batman. He plots like Batman.
He plots his games. Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. I like the Joker. I think he's like one of the best villains ever. But if I had to pick one that I could be, that's what it is. I might maybe word that wrong. The one that you could be, if you were to be if you had the powers and could be that superhero.
I would be the Joker.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So Bane is one I'd like to be. Not the Bane from the comic book with all the venom, but I think the Bane from like the Dark Knight Rises would be pretty badass. So yeah, that's
I thought you were gonna ask me the red pill, blue pill question.
Oh, but you want to answer that one too?
Money.
See, I can go another level on that. What it is red pill, blue pill. Red pill, you go back in time 10 years. Blue pill, you get $10 million. I would write down all.
No, but you go back in the exact quote was you go back in time 10 years to fix your mistakes or so-called mistakes.
No, I would go back in time and I would take with me the knowledge of lottery numbers, stock increases, stock decreases, all those things that or maybe things that haven't been invented yet, and be the one that invents them. I'd invest a lot of money in Google, Google and Apple, even Microsoft. Those are things that I would go back in time and do with the knowledge that I have now. Invest a lot of money in that.
I made all my money on Amazon.
You would have knowledge of games, so you can probably gamble and make a decent amount of money off of that too. So it's not gambling if you're not going to win, technically. So.
Oh, I don't know. I've watched every Back to the Future about 30 times over the past 3 weeks because we're getting into October, kids, and as soon as October 21st hits, if someone's not running a Back to the Future marathon, they're fucked up because that is prime time to do it. October 21st, 2015 is where they went when they went to the future. And speaking of which, and things that piss me off, I want my fucking hyper conversion. I want my fucking hoverboard. I want Jaws 19 in 3D. I want it all. And I want it now. Because it's bullshit that I don't fucking have that shit. And the reason we don't have it is because the Republicans and Democrats are all assholes. I blame it on politics.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. So that was all it was. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop and go. And then, oh god, the Templar lightsaber.
Well, that's someone else's build of the Kylo Ren lightsaber.
That is not realistic. For the last time, it's not realistic.
It doesn't have to be.
As soon as you twirl, you cut your wrist off.
It doesn't have to be realistic.
It's not realistic, but okay.
Well, when I get one, I'll show you how to twirl it properly so you don't tear your wrist off.
Yeah, you're limiting your mobility. When you limit your mobility, you limit your weapon.
Yes, but not everyone with a sword fights in a Japanese style.
Look at that. As soon as you twirl it on your wrist one time to defend this way or this way,
Yeah, trust
you're
me.
supposed to go into this kind of motion. Are you just going to be stiff?
Medieval knights didn't swing swords like that. They swung them like ball bats. They were supposed
There's
to.
no weight to it, though. That's what I'm saying. A lightsaber doesn't have weight.
You can weight it.
It literally weighs like a pound.
You can weight it. You can weight it.
No, you can't. Whatever.
You can weight it.
The only weight you're going to have on it is how hard you can slam it down. And there's going to be nothing. But anyway. You and he's custom lightsabers.
What?
Aaron's apparently getting one for his birthday.
A custom one?
Yeah. His wife's getting it for him. Just one of those.
What? Just one of these from Ultra Sabers?
Yeah, I guess. It says it's going to be $55.
Be how much?
55. That's what it says. 55.
Well, it's going to be a lot more than that because that is just basically the shaft and no electronics whatsoever at all. Once you put the electronics in it and the sound card and all that stuff, the price skyrockets to about $300. Anyway,
So we're gonna stop real quick and then go, and then we're gonna go to our fall lineup. Says what we're excited about, and then that's pretty much the end of our podcast. So go into it now.